Hey everyone, it's been a while. Welcome back or welcome. And today I'm going to be showing you guys my new bookshelves. So recently I redid up my room and my bookshelves were in another room of my house. And I decided that I wanted them to be in my bedroom this time. So I got them in my bedroom. And this is going to be like a bookshelf tour and a bookshelf reveal. That's why I'm filming over here as well, so you guys won't get a peek of it already. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so if you went onto my Pinterest, then you might have already seen them because I did do a little early reveal on there. But in 3, 2, 1, ta-da! These are my bookshelves. Oh my god, I love them so much. They're so cute and I absolutely cannot wait to, get into them and start reading. And well, I have been reading obviously, but get into them, start changing it up, all of that. But yeah. Of course, we still have the little TBR cart over here. I just moved it in here with the bookshelves, but yeah. And I got a new bed from IKEA, and so it had this little like thing on top of the headrest, and so I decided to put some books up there as well, which I thought was cute. But yeah, I didn't really do a proper intro for today's video because I wanted to do a bookshelf reveal, but I'm probably going to be changing a couple more things around my room, and including like my curtains and like adding a few things, because before it wasn't really what I really wanted, and now I'm gonna just do it up to how I really just want it to be, including with these bookshelves. So with all of that done, let's get into the bookshelf tour. If I'm gonna be honest, it was really hard to like organize them. As you can see, this fantasy side is filled to the brim, kind of going into the romance side, but I got 2 different bookshelves. These are the Billy bookshelves from IKEA, for anybody who's wondering. And I decided to do one side romance, one side fantasy. And I know the lighting isn't great today, guys. I'm sorry. The sun is just not deciding to cooperate. But yeah. Okay, so starting up here, this is the top shelf of the fantasy. I think I'm gonna go fantasy and then show you guys the romance. So bear with me. Up here, I've got all my Fourth Wing copies. This is the special edition for those of you who are wondering. It's a special edition Fourth Wing copy. Then I have the first edition Fourth Wing one without the sprayed edges, though. I'm so mad about that. I wish I could have gotten those. My paperback and my paperback of Iron Flame. I never got a hard copy of that. I do want to at some point, since I have a hard copy of Onyx Storm, which just came out recently. And I got this pre-ordered, so it's the special edition with some cute like art and stuff inside, and I really love it. Then this is the Half King. It's a book I got for Christmas from someone and absolutely love it. This is the Belladonna trilogy, Belladonna, Foxglove, Wisteria, then Divine Rivals duology, Divine Rivals, and then Ruthless Vows. Sorry that the camera's shaking. I cannot put up my filming stand thing because it's like high and I have to move it, This is the special edition of the Shadow and Bone. This is another book, the games God's Play, and I've had this for a while and I need to read it. Some of the books on my bookshelves are on my TBR still, but they just look so good. On this top shelf, I mostly put like hardcover slash like special edition hardcover. Everything's hardcover up here except for Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. And yeah, I just kind of put this in like an aesthetically looking kind of way and not really, and like put some series together that like look good as well. This is the Red and the Holly Library. It's a special edition I got from Barnes & Noble. This is A Fate Inked in Blood. This is The Hurricane Wars and A Monsoon Rising. I cannot wait to read A Monsoon Rising. It's the sequel to this one, but this one has such pretty sprayed edges. I just wanted to show those off. And then we have The Night Ends with Fire. Love that book. the shadows between us and the darkness within us. This is another duology, and I think that there's a third book coming out, so it might be a trilogy, I'm not sure. And Bull Moon Rising by Ruby Dixon. So yeah, I think the only ones on this top shelf that I have not read are, I haven't read Onyx Storm, or these two, or that one. So yeah, I've read everything else on that top shelf, which is great. And now we're gonna go to the bottom shelf, I guess. Or the second from the top, bottom shelf is more accurate. This is the second from the top shelf in a whole, and I'm gonna show you guys. So this is Shatter Me, Unravel Me, and Ignite Me in the special editions, which oh my god, they're so pretty. I have to show you guys. I'll just show you guys Shatter Me. You guys have seen, and they're really shiny, and I really wanted to show them off like one by one when I was organizing this, but I couldn't because I didn't have enough space, and I was kind of showing off these over here as well, but we'll get to those later. Then we have the whole Shatter Me series, including the novellas. Love this series. The Revenant games, Damsel, and the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy, Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, Kingdom of the Feared. Love that as well. I love like all of these. I actually did go through, I forgot to say, I did go through all of my books, and I did I'm giving away, I haven't given them away yet, like a box of them, a big box, because I needed to make space so I could fit these on here, and I just kind of like gave away the ones that I didn't really like, or yeah, basically those, the ones that I didn't like that I've read already, obviously, and I just did not enjoy, and I, you know, just did not want to read them again at all, because I really did need to make space so these could look prettier together, and so that I didn't have to worry about fitting those in when I didn't really enjoy them anyway. But yeah, then I got Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. Probably pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. But there is this, for those of you who have not read this series, I just have to say this, please read this trilogy before you read this book, because this book is like read this series before you read this book, because this book happens after this series, and you will get spoilers for this series if you read this book, and they're pretty big spoilers. And I did read this book before this series. Don't ask me why, I just did, and I didn't know that they were connected. It didn't register that they were the same author on both series. It was that bad. But yeah, there is a second book for this side of the series that's come out, and I really, really, really want to read it. But yeah, if you guys have like read the Zodiac Academy series, or even the Percy Jackson series, which I have down there, or the Rick Riordan world, they're like separate like bits. So this is about like the 7 princes of hell, kind of. I'm not going to really get into it. And this is about the romance. This has a romance with one girl and one prince. This is about a separate prince and his story and another girl. So that's why they're separate. They're not the same people's storylines, if that makes sense. But anyway, moving on. This is the Cruel Prince special edition. This was actually my first ever special edition. Absolutely love my aunt who bought it for me as a present. And this is the Cruel Prince trilogy: Cruel Prince, Wicked King, Queen of Nothing, and the King of Elfhame. I'm so bad at pronouncing these things. I'm so sorry, guys. And this is the Serpent and the Wings of Night trilogy. No, not trilogy. Okay. So it kind of goes, the Crowns of Nyaxia is the series, but this is, oh dear, this is the Nightborn Duet, book 1 and book 2. So that's a duology. That's kind of like how this series goes, where this is following 2 characters, like, and their plot line, they're the 2 main characters, and this is another person who was in these books, and like it's following her story and another characters, I guess. and like going more into that, but same world, kind of continuing the plot line here, finishing off things that I have not read this book. I just got it. If you guys have seen my book haul that I actually posted pretty recently, today is the day that I filmed it and posted it, but I don't know when I'm gonna be posting this video. Ignore me like fixing these while I'm talking to you guys, but I have like OCD about them fitting properly. But I filmed that today, so I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I posted it, and I posted a book haul of like some books that I got, and one of those was this one because it just came out and I'm so excited to read it. I'm probably gonna read it next because I just finished rereading Binding and Keeping 13. If you guys have my Goodreads, or even if you follow me on here before, you'll know that I haven't been posting and I haven't been like reading and stuff, and it's so bad. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I read like 20 books a month, at least like 13 or 15, you know? And like if it's like a slow month for me, or I was really busy that month, then maybe I read less, but like I usually read really fast. I'm like a fast reader. I read a lot, and like it's a big part of my life. But like this month, I don't know what it was. I just would not read like at all. Like I could not. I was in the worst reading slump I've ever been in, like in my whole life, and it was horrible. I hated it, and I just could not pick up the book. I would like read a little bit, you know. I was in the middle of reading Heartless Sky book 7. I put it back on the shelf just for this video so that you guys can see it there looking cute. But I was like halfway through. I'm on page 330 of this book. Go follow me on Goodreads and on Pinterest and on TikTok. All of those link trees are in the description, not of this video, but of my channel, in the link tree in the description. All of my other social medias, everything. Go add me as a friend on Goodreads. I love having you guys as friends on there. It's so great. But yeah, I read like 5 books this month, maybe. Last month, sorry, January. 5 books is pushing it. It was horrible. And this is already, wow, it's almost halfway through February. That's crazy. But it was so bad. It was genuinely like eating me like inside, because I could it's like my brain didn't want to like read at all. And so what I did was I reread these 2 books, Binding and Keeping 13, because this is my all-time favorite series, and those 2 are my all-time favorite books, especially Binding 13. And now I'm like, I just finished Keeping 13 today, and now hopefully I'm back out of it and back into it, you know, out of my slump. But it was just horrible and I hated it. And so a word of advice to you guys is that if you really want to read, like if you really want to get out of a slump, try rereading your favorite, like most favorite series ever, you know? It doesn't even have to be the series. It could be like the first book. After I read Binding 13, I like wanted to read again, but I just want to obviously finish it because Binding and Keeping 13 go hand in hand. They're about one couple. It happens the same, like with the Kingdom of the Wicked and the Cruel, the Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is about one. These 2 books are about one couple. These 2 books are about one couple. This is about one couple, and I don't know if there's going to be a duo second book to that, but I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, after that whole thing, let's move on to the next shelf. Okay, so as you guys can tell, this is a Sarah J. Maas shrine, basically. Easiest way to say that. We started off with my ACOTAR special edition over here. Gorgeous. My ACOTAR series, paperback. I put this in the back because it has Sarah J. Maas on top, and because I didn't really want to fit it in here because then it would obscure some other stuff. But then we have the Throne of Glass series. Gorgeous. Love the series. And then we have this series as well, which is the 3rd series, the Crescent City series, House of Earth and Blood, House of Sky and Breath, and House of Flame and Shadow. I've only read this one. I've read this whole series. Also on this shelf, I read all of the books except for that one. Haven't read these 2, really want to read these 2. This will be my year to read them. I know it. I will read them. I'm so scared, but I will do it. And I was waiting to read these. I was gonna read these, but then I heard you had to read this whole series first to read these because these will have huge spoilers for the series. I read this series last year. It was a lot to take in. If you're gonna read the Sarah J. Maas universe, read this series, then this series, then this series. This series has spoilers for this series. This series has spoilers for this series. I don't know if this series has spoilers for this series, but this is the perfect, also, it's the perfect, like, kind of way to start your reading journey, I guess, if you want to call it that, like, a fantasy reading journey. It's a really great beginner's series for you to read. But yeah, that's what's on this one. Wait, I'm kind of, like, I just realized that this is the wrong order. Should I leave it like this? Okay, I just swapped it. Should I leave it like this? Does that look better? You know, it always kind of annoys me when people like put the series in the wrong order, but now I'm about to do that. Even though it's the like one thing that just irks me. I feel like does this look better? Does it? Can you guys comment whether that looks better? Like where A Court of Silver Flames is on top or A Court of Thorns and Roses is on top? Like, which one looks better? You know? Oh, ow, I just hit my foot. But which one looks better? Sorry, this is so chaotic, everyone. But yeah. I don't know. Let's see. I should have said in the beginning of this video that this was just gonna be basically chaos and like also bookshelf tour, but also a lot of yapping about different series and orders and like things to read, and like please tell me which one looks better. I'm horrible at making decisions, but yeah. Okay, next up we have, I can't say the Zodiac Academy series because this is just the Zodiac Academy series, but the World of Solaria. Basically all of these series connects. It goes this from where it says 5 and 1. This is a separate series. This from 1 till 9 is a separate series, and this is a separate series. I need book 2. But yeah, I have read this whole series and all of these books up till here, which I'm currently reading, and then I need to read these, and I'm so excited to get to this series. But yeah, basically I put this whole world here just because obvious reasons. I mean, I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I think I need like breaks in between every time I'm reading like a certain book because it's just like a lot to take in. But I don't know. Next up, we have this row, which is incredible as well because it's all my Percy Jackson books. This is the Percy Jackson series, another book, separate one. It's like the Greek hero stories. Percy Jackson tells the Greek hero stories. I don't know. Daughter of the Deep, Chalice of the Gods, Wrath of the Triple Goddess. These like happen after some of these series. I would recommend reading all of it and then going to these because then it will make more sense. And this is The Lightning Thief, this first book, like the special edition of it, which is gorgeous. And then we have the Heroes of Olympus series right here. Then the Kane Chronicles, the Trials of Apollo series, and yeah, so all of these connect, like seriously connect. And down here, this is also another Rick Riordan series, the Magnus Chase Gods of Asgard series, and that connects. All of the Rick Riordan books connect. All of the series connect, except for probably Daughter of the Deep, but I don't know if it will. I don't know if it's turning into a series or not, but all of them connect. I've made a video on which order to read it. Please go check that out. Please search it up. Please do extensive research. If I was going to do it off the top of my head, I would probably say read this series, then this series, then, see, this one's a tough one. Then probably read this series, then that series, then the Kane Chronicles. But, oh, this is too fast. I think you guys should go check out that short that I made, but that's like off the top of my head. I think you guys should read that and then read these 2 books. But yeah, anyway, moving on, we have Bride, 6-star read, amazing, absolutely love it, go read it. Assistant to the Villain, Apprentice to the Villain, love those as well. I think I've read all of the books on this shelf as well. And then Sorcery of Thorns, another 6-star read, incredible, go read it. YA, not YA, so don't, this one's not YA. All of this is, all Ricky Riordan books are like YA books. And then Mysteries of Thorn Manor, which I've put up here because there's not enough space, which is kind of 1.5 for Sorcery of Thorns. I don't know. And since these are fantasy books, I'm just going to kind of go in here and tell them instead of putting them with the romance ones. This is the Lux series, which is a YA fantasy romance series. Really, really good. Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller. I think I'm going to reread this. I was going to give it away, but I think I'm going to reread this because I really, really loved her other books, The Shadow Between Us and The Darkness Within Us. Those were like incredible for me. And I feel like I maybe didn't pay enough attention to this. I don't know, but I didn't really love this one. When the Moon Hatched. This one was pretty complicated. I don't think I'm going to be continuing that series, but it was still a good book. I was going to give it away, but I think I kind of want to stay so I can be like, yeah, I read that book because it's like massive. And Cinder as well, the first book in the Lunar Chronicles. I didn't really give that series a chance. I think I do want to continue it, but yeah. And then we're going to go on to this shelf. Whew, okay, I had to sit down, but we have the Carvel series over there with Spectacular, which is like afterwards, kind of a Christmas novella after the Carvel series happened. So good. The illustrations in Spectacular are incredible. You have to read it. Then the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. Please listen to me. Read Caraval and then the Once a Broken Heart trilogy. Because people say it doesn't matter. And I don't know why I keep on making this mistake. But I read this series before this series. You're not supposed to do that. And she released them, the series first, then the series. They connect, they're in the same world. This series gives spoilers to this series. And also, it just, like, trust me, you're going to get annoyed if you read the series before the series, because the series makes some characters in the series look a bit crazy. I've said this series so many times now, I need to stop. But then we have the Powerless trilogy, and the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, and the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and then the Magnus Chase one I showed. Girl, Goddess, Queen, Ice Planet Barbarians. Need to continue the series. It was incredible. Dance of Thieves. Apparently you have to read a series before this one too, so I'm going to buy that series and read that before I reread this and read Vow of Thieves, which is another one. And then Lightlark, Nightbane, Skyshade, a trilogy by Alex Astor, and the Hunger Games series, and then Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Okay, it took a while, but we finally did it. We got through all of the fantasy ones. I don't think I'm going to be really going through the ones above my bed. You guys saw it when I zoomed in. They're kind of, I guess, some of them are on my TBR as well. Maybe I will. I don't think I will in this video, but maybe I will in the short or something, or TikTok. TikTok and short, but yeah. Okay. This is just a quick overview of my romance bookshelves, and let's get into it. Up here, as you can see, I kind of kept how I did it in my other bookshelf. I kind of kept them together and like kind of the ones that I put together in that bookshelf together in this one, kind of organized it similarly because it looked really good there. But yeah, I did it colorful and then kind of getting darker and then dark books mostly there. Yeah. So this one, we have The Bodyguard and the Rom-Comers. People don't tell you this, but these are connected. Read this one before you read this one. That's all I'm gonna say. Happy Place, The Do-Over, Better Than the Movies, and Betting on You. Most people like Better Than the Movies the most. I like Betting on You the most. I think it was the best, but I love all of them. All of them were 6-star reads, I think, for me. Old Flames and New Fortunes, You Deserve Each Other. This one was a 6-star read. This one was a 5-star read. Incredible. Love in Other Words, When in Rome, Practice Makes Perfect. Sarah Adams, amazing. The Night Shift, Twice Shy, All Roads Lead Here, Done and Dusted, Consider Me, Play With Me, Unravel Me, From Lukov with Love, the whole Twisted series, The Deal, The Mistake. I need to get this series, like, you know, finish it. And The Dead Guy Next Door. This is so underrated. Read this. It's incredible. So funny. It's like a mystery romance. Sort of some fantasy in there. But yeah. And sorry, I forgot. Love Wager. Moving on to this shelf. So pretty. We have the special edition of Things We Hide from the Light, the whole Knockamount series, the Chestnut Spring series, I don't even know what the series is. Rose Hill series, right. I should probably remember that. Happily Never After, Out on a Limb, Picking Daisies on Sundays, all of the Ali Hazelwood books. These two actually connect, so read this book before you read that one. Loath to Love You, haven't read that book yet. The Heartstopper series, all the books that have come out so far. There's one book left, I cannot wait to read it. I Hope This Doesn't Find You, Collide, and Unsteady. Next up, in its own little shrine, my favorite series ever, the Boys of Tommen series. Love this series so much. I think I might read Taming Seven and then read The Songbird of the Heart and Stone next, or read this one and then read Taming Seven. I can't decide. I'll figure it out. A Show for Two, Throttled, This Is How You Fall in Love, Happily Ever After, Red, White, and Royal Blue. Read this and watch a movie. So good. Passenger Princess, Spanish Love Deception, The Fixer-Upper, Mr. Fixer-Upper, The Duff. Oh my god. If you haven't watched the movie, watch it. If you haven't read the book, read it. It's so good, and they're both like different plot lines. Same sort of underlying story, but different plot lines. So good. Mr. Wrong Number. This is the first book. Sorry, you can hear my dog whining in the background. Mr. Wrong Number, and then The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. Like, that's how the duology goes. They're connected. They're standalones but connected, but it looked better like this, so I decided to put it here. And then we have My Killer Vacation, the cheat sheet, the rulebook, also standalones, but they don't tell you it's interconnected. Read the cheat sheet before the rulebook. Counting Down with You, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, The Hating Game, The Worst Best Man, Tangled Up in You, Fake Dates and Mooncakes, Forget Me Not, and Raiders of the Lost Heart. Next up, we have The Last Shelf. Oh my god. Starting off, we have Once Upon a Came Prom, The Long Game, The Temporary Roomie, The Off Limits Rule, Effortless with You, Say You Swear, Promise Me Not. These two are also in a series. This one is so underrated. It's a 6-star read. Trust me on this. Butcher and Blackbird, Leather and Lark, The Blonde Identity, the whole Kings of Sin series, but by Anna Huang. The Fine Print, Terms and Conditions, Final Offer, Love Redesigned, Love Unwritten, When Gracie Met the Grump, also extremely underrated. My Life with the Walter Boys, yes, like the series. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and One True Loves. And then this little dinosaur that my cousin made for me. But yeah. And that is my completed bookshelf tour. I know it was chaotic, I know it was crazy, but whoever is watching this right now, thank you for sticking with me to the end. I absolutely love you guys. I thank you so much for having so much patience with me, and I'll see you soon in the next shorter video. Bye!